Guess YouTube's not working again. That's right. All right. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. Yes, I know sometimes YouTube works with the audio, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway. All right. Thank you for joining us. All right. We'll do. We're doing messages and then Q&A. So, all right. Without further ado, here we go. Blessings. Here we go. Greetings, I am Michael, sending you energies as you awaken your vibrations. Many of you are, to give you awareness, are, you could say, pushing away your third dimensional realities, but you also are holding on to what is needed. But there are also, some are becoming so in touch with their high vibrations, they're almost forgetting that they are here. And then when they realize what world they are on, a lot of depression comes in. So some are wondering why they suddenly get depressed out of nowhere. Realize most likely you were at somewhere that you brought you more harmonious energies. Let's put it that way. And yes, many of the third dimension going through this on a daily basis. It's just they don't realize it. They just call it regular depression, but it's actually they zone out quite often. And these are those that feel not very attached to their own reality. They live it, but they don't feel very attached to it. So if you could give you that a bit of knowledge for today, there's more. I'll do leave you that with that. Blessings. I am raw, for only here for a moment. You're those of in the third dimension that are very keen on living their lives without understanding the spiritual direction that you are all going through. many are actually in great denial, call it superstition, even call it darkness, anything they can do to get away from it. So when they call it evil or whatever it is that they throw at it, it is just them escaping the truth of themselves. They're not ready for that. They are still in the third dimension enlightenment phase. So, oh yes. Well, I'll connect to that later at some other time. But realize that. One moment. One moment. Yes, channeling is not as easy as it seems. One moment. As your third dimensional human, realize what is around, as anomalies will continue on. Strange ones and human will normally just say that isn't real or whatever it is. But realize many of you are coming out of your shadow, coming out of your closet, and that increases a vibration across your planet where you can just speak freely. And those of you that feel speaking more freely of your spiritual connections, it would be just kind of, if you feel comfortable with it, so just at least put that, what's your belief system out there, if you're prepared for the reaction, because many will most likely flock away. But it still would be quite humorous for some. I believe many of you have already encountered that. But it does at least see what you're dealing with, at least on a, that you actually see it instead of just feeling it. Because eventually this is going to become more among your society eventually. It's just how much denial. Yes, most are in denial, and it is quite humorous on our side of the world, but we understand as the development of the soul only wants to go so far. By the way, that is all I have for you. We will have more messages in the future. Raw. Greetings to you. This is Ishta with the Blue Pleiadians. Blessings to your society. Yes, there are many galactic alliances assisting your Earth at this time, and many more to follow. As many beings have been keeping their distance from your society, I've gotten closer. As we become more feeling your vibrations connecting with us, feeling more of the ascension vibration through our energies, as you feel that many or more are becoming more ready for this change of lifestyle on your Earth. It will not happen quickly, of course not, but many of you are already experiencing your psychic abilities increasing. That is, just means you're ready for the next phase of your incarnation, basically. You're almost like you're going to another step, basically. And it has to do with not just assisting yourself, but assisting others. Realize your abilities are not just there for you, they're for others, to help others get more clarity, as you get clarity also. It is a group environment. I believe we've been chatting long enough, though. I'm here to assist you with your questions. Blessings.
Thank you, Ishta, for coming in.
Yes, please.
First up is Logan.
Yes, Logan.
Hello.
Yes.
Greetings. Okay, so I was scrolling through this book today, and I found apparently this virus, and it's very, very mechanical and robotic. The bottom of it resembles a spider.
Yes.
Can you tell me where this thing originated from?
Does it have a name?
It's called the complex or the bacterophagy. I believe that's how I pronounce that.
One moment. That's close enough. Yes, I believe it originated itself in Africa. Yes, it does have a lot of insectoid. Realize your society is very much insectoid. You know how those you're getting up and going to work every day. That's actually very insectoid-like, almost robotic-like. But as for this disease, that is 1 moment. As for what alien race it actually came from. 1 moment. 1 moment. 1 moment. I believe more amphibian, but there is some reptilian. It's been modified through reptilian energies. It does have insectoid origins also, but I believe more of the amphibians are using it on your world, meaning they brought it from another planet, basically, and brought it to yours. That's what I'm seeing at this time.
Thank you. My next question is, are there any general messages for me?
Yes, I see a lot of Yael energies around you. They're whirring through your Earth experience. You might feel like you are in a classroom, as you are actually teaching the class, not for ego purposes, not at all, just to show your experiences that others are wondering if they should have the Earth experience. Some are very hesitant, but you're also showing the pros and cons as you go through. You're also helping some through as they develop their chart on this planet also, from what I see. So it does happen in alien form. Of course, it does go into spirit eventually, but it's something that you bring with you. Always. That is a message at this time.
Thank you.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, next up is Mary.
Hi, welcome.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. Any messages for me?
1 moment. Yes, 1 moment. Yes, your guides are, having difficulties getting their messages through you, not to say so you can hear them more properly. I do recommend a meditation to connect to one guide in particular. If you have a name of one, that would be good to just connect with one guide, and that will just give it some time. You might not hear a message, but just give it time to evolve. Basically, if you don't hear anything, that's okay. Just give it some time, but eventually you'll start to feel and hear their presence. That is up to you which one to connect with. I believe you can always go by also what name comes to mind. Like, what are the names of my guides? And see what name comes to mind. That is one way of doing it. Of course, surround yourself with light with this also. But I believe it'll help you in your process.
Okay.
Yes.
And in one of my meditations, I did see me and my guide, as a ball of light, rather, and then we're like gravitating towards the sun, and then was another time where I could see myself, and then I somehow almost evaporated. So my physical being like shattered, and those pieces just kind of evaporated, just kind of blended in.
Yes.
What can you explain to me?
It says, like, it's, of course, this is my interpretation. I imagine others will see it the same way. It just basically is showing, even your dream state, your physical disappears, but your soul still stays alive and well, and it just recycles into another physical form. Basically, as you were speaking, I saw a feline guide around you. So basically, what they are saying also is like, yes, you are in human form right now, but in other forms, you are definitely in other physical forms. Most likely, feline's one of them. I believe that is a comfortable incarnation as a humanoid being. That is what I'm seeing. So basically, so much more to this actually. It goes into that you're just someone not comfortable being human. And so the reason they showed that is to show that, there's much more than this physical form.
Okay.
I can go on with that, but I'll leave you with that.
Right. Thank you. That's enough. Thank you. Appreciate it. Much love. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Colin.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
I'm hoping you have some, I'm hoping there are some messages or assistance with my meditations, specifically with morning meditations. It seems like in the morning I have trouble doing anything but letting my mind just go crazy. At night there's things that come in and things that happen, but in the morning it's a little bit more of a struggle. And I'm wondering if there's any guidance for the meditations.
Yeah, so it does seem to be a blockage. I believe a certain relationship situation that has not settled itself is causing you difficulty, is interfering slightly. I believe it's more of an astral experience that you're experiencing in your morning. That goes through your sleep time, but it still affects you in the morning. Is basically to clear out what is not needed or to experience it, or what to connect to what energy that is. But also I'm being told by our guides to visualize a road. But also, I believe it's an Asian road, is what I'm seeing, such as, one moment. The Great Wall of China is, for example, as for road. So basically, your guys, you have a lot of Asian connections, and also Buddha is also an excellent connection to clear out your energies. But bringing Asian energies into your meditation should strengthen it more, because during those lifetimes, they're very, very structured that you felt, and in this incarnation, you don't feel as structured as you used to. That's my message at this time.
I see. So just bringing in Buddha and the image of the road would be helpful. Yes,
Asian energies. It could be Japanese. Could be what of interest. I believe you feel it become more structured, is what I'm picking up on.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if there's any other messages from your collective or any messages from my highest good at this time.
One moment. You are actually connecting to reptilian energies and astral. It's another reason why. Is like from a past connection that is still kind of bothering you, it has a reptilian origin to it. You can say almost like a vampire energy to pull your energies. So it's something worth exploring. As for healing, to let go is basically, if you're not comfortable with an energy, sometimes it's good to just dive into it to heal it instead of just walking away from it, to explore it more, because there's a history there that we would benefit from the healing, from what I see. That's up to you, of course.
Okay. Thank you very much. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Emmanuel.
Hello, greetings.
Yes, greetings.
Is there any messages from my higher self?
Yes, explore your energies. You're very connected to the Dolphin Collective. It is excellent to bring that energy. As in astral, you actually do appear as a dolphin to bring messages to individuals. They don't even know it's you. They just see a dolphin in their dream. But that is I do see you as your higher self, as a dream walker, is what they say, basically, to go through dreams of individuals that you care for greatly, to heal, to bring healings and other connections. What I see.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. Blessings.
Yes. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Kingsley, and he would like to know if he has any messages.
One moment. Yes, one moment. Yes, around him I'm feeling a reptilian presence. It seems like he's connecting much with the Draconians recently, I believe healing them, but also avoiding them. As they're trying to close down his vibration slightly, they're at a distance. It's not always easy to pick up on. I believe he can. If he looks for it, I believe you can see it. They're at the distance. They try to hide themselves, but they are there. They're not too impressed by his progress. Of course, they're trying to deter him, but he's causing difficulties for them. Because once Kingsley learns his abilities, he would teach others, of course. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Kingsley. Any tips or advice on how I can power up my energy level like the beings from Dragon Ball Z?
Use a crystal-like energy around his forehead. A blue crystal energy would good to basically light up his chakras, connecting to the Mother Earth energies. Speak and say hello to Mother Earth, connect to her energies. Basically, this energy from this crystal energy, most likely you'll feel that a kind of a lifting vibration. Of course, yes, there's a lot of energy that has to come out of that, but it is an excellent way for progress. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Humberto.
Hello there.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is, how many years from now do you see me finding a partner perfect for me that I would stay with for the rest of my life?
Well, I'm not sure if there's anything of perfect, but I do see 1 year at least. You'll find somebody you can clean your energies to. As for that be the one, as the Earth says, that is up to you if that is the one, as you call it. It could be sooner than that also. Blessings.
Thank you. My
Yes.
second question is having, and what are some past life connections I would have with them?
Yes, your connection is breaking up. I heard some of that, not all of it. Yes, blessings.
Okay, maybe we'll move on to Daniel.
Oh.
Sorry, Humberto, your audio is cutting out pretty bad. But if you'd like to post your second question, I will read it for you. And we'll just go right to Daniel, and we'll come back to Humberto's second question.
Oh, hello.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings, Ishta.
Yes.
My first question, I notice during a lot of my meditations, like I'll, for example, hear entities talking and stuff, and I'll feel like I just understand something very, very clearly, like something's going on or something that's being said, and it'll just make sense. But then when I kind of shift out of that meditative state, it's like it doesn't really come back with me. I know I just did understand something, but what that particular thing, those things are, just doesn't. And I sometimes feel it's very important that I bring that back with me, that understanding or those understandings. Could you explain why this happens?
Yes, you're at a higher density level. And so in some cases, like that one, it is there to stay in that high density level. Now, understand it is, you remember it. I mean, it's in your soul energy. It's just in the third dimensional consciousness is very difficult to connect with. So with this, it's best it's different ways how you can go about for remembering. Just go with it, and what needs to be remembered will be, and just trust that you will remember what needs to be brought into this environment. Much of it is the third dimension is not ready for it, for what I see. That's what's going on.
Yeah, it just feels like my consciousness, when I'm back in this density, I can't expand it far enough to reach that level of understanding. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
It's weird.
it will come through eventually from what it seems, but you won't probably remember where the origin of it came from.
Gotcha. As long as the knowledge is there, I guess. But anyway, thank you.
Yes.
My second question. I noticed. I'm sure you know the celebrity Taylor Swift. I'm sure you're aware.
Oh yes.
And I've been feeling like her energy's around me very more like I guess more what's the word, more sharply I guess around me.
Yes.
Like today for example, and I know like our connection it does seem like pretty positive or whatever,
Yes.
but I do also sense an Arcturian energy kind of being a bit paranoid of her, like okay, what's her motivations, what's, you know, because I do know her, at least her human self is very much involved with, you know, the negative Illuminati, the shady stuff. Correct. And I want to be very clear, at least what her motivations are with me, at least this aspect of her that's connecting to me.
It does seem like she's coming to you for guidance. I believe she wants out, and so she's finding a spiritual way to release it. Yes, she signed her life away, and that is pretty much she's pretty much under their spell, their control. Your music, she thinks it's hers, it's actually theirs. Mm-hmm. Yes, it might have some of hers in it, but mostly it's someone else's. So I believe she's trying to do a spiritual redemption. I don't see anything. That's why the Arcturians are kind of, what are you here for? Because they're protecting you, which is good they showed up, but I believe her intentions are positive. But yeah, she feels like she made a great mistake, and she can't go backward.
Yeah, I do feel that idea. Like, it's a shame such a nice person kind of became that. You know what I mean? And so I do feel like she did awaken some part of my third eye, which is interesting.
Well, also her third dimensional self is awakened slightly.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So it's another reason why you might see a change. Possibly she might remove herself from the music industry, unlikely anytime soon. But as you see with Jim Carrey, some of that is going through Taylor Swift also to a certain degree, as for a spiritual direction.
Sorry, gotcha.
You never know.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Okay, so I have Humberto's second question, so we're going to come back around to him.
Yes.
How many children do you see me having, and what are some past life connections that I will have with them?
I believe two possibility. Could be both boys. It's hard to say at this time. And is medieval lifetimes from what I'm seeing. And Arcturian lifetimes, but mostly Earth lifetimes and medieval connections from what I see. I believe he was a shaman during that time, from what I see. Blessings.
Okay, so next up is Martin, and I have his questions as well.
Yes.
Are there any messages for me?
One moment. One moment. Yes, it does seem like recently you've been clearing out Zeta energies. There have been some that have been very useful and others have not. And if you feel like a depression energy around you or a negativity, that is like some Zetas around you have been kind of pushy to a certain degree. They have not made themselves known, but they're kind of, as some do, like want to live their lives through individuals. You've had some of those experiences. But I believe you're clear. You're getting better with your vibration was around you. Of course, you wish to assist them in their ascension process. Also, learn from them. But some of them are becoming too pushy. I see you pushing many of them away. You can most likely pick up on this. When you close your eyes and just visualize them, most likely you will see them, or with your eyes open, possibly. Blessings.
Okay. Martin would also like to know if there's any messages from his guide, Ariel.
Yes, there does seem to be a friend of his, like female, that's kind of pushy around him to a certain degree to get him to do things he's not really comfortable doing. In some regard, it's either way. It's there, and basically it is good for him to speak his mind. And in a kind of way, but it seems like this female energy is being kind of, well, that's what your guide is saying. peace. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Blue.
Hello, Ishta. How are
Yes,
you?
greetings. I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good. It's good to hear you again. Well, my questions are, I have been feeling a lot, how should I put it? A lot feeling the matrix. I
Yes.
feel this reality as a matrix and illusion more and more. And when I feel that, I feel like I'm in some kind of timeline that is like a present. And of course, that is not good to feel all the time.
No.
But and I wonder, is anyone trying to pull me into a fake timeline, a timeline where I'm where I don't feel good, or is it just because I'm becoming sensitive to this matrix and that I'm more connecting more to the not so real part of it?
I believe it's more, yes, you're becoming more sensitive. Yes, you're breaking down the third dimension more and more. You're seeing how it's being put together ever so slightly. Too much might be overbearing to even experience the third dimension. But yes, you're seeing through it. And there are many beings around you that are observing. And some of them can be somewhat influencing you slightly, but not enough where they're like slightly testing you. But once you pick up on that energy, you push it away. Is it not this time? It has happened in the past. I don't believe they can do that anymore. But they're just seeing where you are. But they are observing you greatly. As for who this is, I believe it's Anunnaki energies, but they're not being that clear of who they are.
Okay, that is okay. It's just that I feel that what is it called?
Some of it might be Archon too. They're around. Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering because I feel like my energy, my vibration is something else, and I am in a place. Maybe that's the place, and I don't feel good about it. It's like old energy, and I'm still in it.
Yes, the Archon, I feel flying Archon was what I see, and so they're trying not to be detected. But yes, there's most likely that's what's also around you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And my second question is, I had a funny dream last night. I don't know if this is from astral or something, but I had a dream where I was somewhere where there was like, I don't know, 50 reptilians or something like that. And I can clearly remember their colors and size. And they were funny in a way because it was like a game we were playing. I don't know if it was a game for them, but they wanted something from me, something sweet, something like cookies, and they tried to get it, but I was with someone else, and we played around with them that they couldn't reach out to it. And so, what was this from astral, or was this just a dream? Because sometimes astral dreams just don't get translated that correctly in the mind.
It does seem like it was the astral connection. It most likely was you are connecting to a dream of another being, is what I see. And from what I see, they were trying to reach more knowledge, most likely from you. It might be seeming that it was candy or cookies, but it was actually a particular knowledge that you are carrying with you. You could say some of your secrets. So as a play on that, they were not successful from what I see. That's what I'm picking up on from that.
Okay. All right.
I don't believe it was harmful at all.
No.
I think it was just, yes, I think it was just they wanted to know more about you, is basically what that was about.
Okay. That's good. Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Lessons.
Okay, next up is Emmy, and she would like to know if there's any messages for her.
Yes, she's been connecting to a lot of Anunnaki energies that are connecting to this Earth's government recently. Yes, she's had some unsettledness happen recently, from what I can pick up on. But right now, she is still battling them to a certain degree. She has calmed down, but there is a karma she has with them also from the past that she is clearing out. So basically, just meditate with her and just basically ask for an end to it. Because sometimes she's feeling fine, other days she's feeling not so fine. That has a lot to do with it. So they're finally showing themselves. They've been kind of quiet for a while, from what it seems. So I wish she could bring some closure to this. Blessings.
Okay, a second question for Emmy. And I hope I'm saying it right. I'm reading it verbatim. Who are the beings around you, and what do they have to tell me? And can I get a healing?
Around, well, I'll say around her, I would say. Arcturians are around her. And as for, yes, they will send you a healing, but also they are, one moment, they're assisting her chakra system, or mostly her heart chakra. There's a lot of, yes, recent, I would say, damage, a disconnect there. It has to do with her daily job. Some beings around her that have been pushing her around at her daily job. I believe she aware of this. So basically just ask for her angels help her with a cleansing, basically. Not have to make it complicated. Some of them have not left, from what I see. She said she got attacked recently, from what I can pick up on. So basically ask for cleansing. They have not left. They are still roaming around. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Dragon.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
I remember quite a bit of an experience of a Zeta ship that picked me up near Rutland, Vermont about 15 years ago. It came over the mountains to the west from the direction of Lake George. I'm not sure if anything more is needed to connect to that, but just in case, it took only a few hours after I had kind of gotten to a quiet place after I was back in my car to remember the experience. It was positive, and I remembered a lot of bits and pieces, not like a full every detail of the experience. And I'm not sure if they're the ones I talked to telepathically a few times before that. Do you have any messages from those particular Zetas?
One moment. Yes, they are from Zeta Reticuli. Not all Zetas are from that deck of the woods. But these were also connected to, one moment. I have to go to my third dimensional library. One moment. Yes, I'm not receiving the name for it. They are known for, these Zetas are also known for the famous abductions. Let's put it that way. I don't have the name. They're not giving me a name either. But the famous abductions that are in your ET past, more of the positive ones, when they were showing their star system before humans even know what their star system was. I believe it was down in the 1950s, if I can connect to that correctly. But either way, they're the same ones, same group. And you do connect to them when need to. I would have also said they also brought you to this earth to observe, to learn from it. And then after a while, just like, why not just have a reincarnation on here? And so they were, along with other beings assisting you, they brought you to this planet. But I believe the Zetas are very much involved with it. And they're still with you, of course.
Yeah, that makes sense. So basically, they brought, for my return here, they.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So my second question is, it seems like I've used myself as bait multiple times for beings, kind of catching beings that violate free will, sort of teach them a lesson if that works, or remove them, or get them removed. Can you? Oh, that may explain some difficulties in my life. I'm not sure. Can you connect to that and what messages you have about it?
Yes, and are these individuals, they are physically in your life, correct?
Oh, I don't know. I'm talking about in astral.
In astral, yes. In astral, yes. Because sometimes sometimes you bring individuals into your life.
I think they do sometimes.
Pick them out.
Yes. They go after people in my life and cause drama.
Yes, there is a small amount of that, and that is also involved with. I believe sometimes when you do that, is like some beings want, like physically, you bring them to you and then send them away, and they do bring their drama also, so you can say check them out in some regard. So it's like, hey, he's over here type of thing, but because you're all astrally connect to each other in a certain direction, of like taming that energy. Sometimes you bring someone into your physical to tame them down because other beings are having difficulties getting control over them. Not to say getting control, but to calm them down. So that's another reason why they're brought to you. But yes, I believe you're mostly containing entities in astral. And before they're, you can say court martial, you can say, we don't really call it that, but something around those lines.
And these are these beings that are delaying our evolution?
Oh, yes, some are kind of gray. They have gray energies. So they don't know what they're doing. They think they're doing is right. Some are very delusional. You probably pick up on that. So they think they're doing right and end up being like almost, yes, like a humanitarian candidate type of energy.
Right.
That happens in astral.
Much love.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, next up is Bobby. I have their questions here.
Yes.
When it comes to my anger, I've been one to act immaturely and impulsively on occasion. In these cases, how can I effectively transmute these energies into compassion for those who promote contempt?
Well, one way is to just get it out of your system. If you feel like you need to act youthful with your anger, sometimes it's best just to just get that out of your system. That way you don't have that anymore. It's like, okay, now I'm not going to act like that anymore. That's one way of doing it. Also is put your intention of clearing that. It just, you can do this in meditation, but sometimes you just need to physically, emotional. You have emotions that you're not used to also. Realize that the places that you come from, at least the alien incarnation, is not used to these type of emotions. So you're still learning them. So that's why you're acting like that. If that makes sense. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Bobby. Is there anything my body or future body would like me to know?
Just indulge in what activities you feel comfortable with. And one moment. Take it easy, of course. Don't strain yourself too much, but follow what your positive instinct, what your instincts, what you feel you need to experience. And what happens. It's just your future self says, live a little bit more. That's the message from that. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Liz.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. Well, I have a question. Could you connect with Neptune, the Greek god Neptune?
Yes.
Like, you know, to an almanac, an icon, trying to contact my husband.
Yes, can you repeat that? The ending, it broke up when you said that.
He's trying to contact my husband. My husband says he's sensing the presence of this being called Neptune.
Yes. As long as you have a positive connection with this being Neptune, just let it flow. There is some hesitation from your husband, of course. He's not sure what he's connecting to, but I believe it's a positive connection. So, yes, just to let it flow, and it should be quite fascinating, that connection, if that's helping at all. But yes, it is a correct connection.
Yeah, Neptune is Zeus.
Yes.
The gods of gods, so I don't know.
Yes, he is there also to bring your husband some healing, also mental healing, from what I see.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yes.
Okay, and then I would like to know, are there any messages for me?
Yes, just take one day at a time. I believe you already know that. Yes, strangely, your guide says, I don't know why they would say that. Not expect much from the future. I'm not sure what that means, but concentrate on the now is what I'm seeing. Yes, because there's a lot of fear of the future. That's why. Just concentrate on the now. Of course, you're going to look into the future slightly, which makes sense, but concentrate on the now because you're making great movements here for sure. You're moving mountains, is what they say.
Okay.
That is the message at this time.
Thank you so much.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, next up is Daria.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings.
Yes.
So, how are you?
I am doing well, thank you.
So, do you have any messages for me personally from you?
One moment. Yes, as I connect to your vibration, I saw unicorn vibrations. But also, I saw the Yael as you as a teacher of much of the Yael. They're very much, you can say almost youngsters of the universe in some regard. They're still trying to understand this planet as some of them get lost and sometimes confused at times. So they are also part of the first contact connection of this planet. One of them at least. And so you are with their energies as for teaching them a great deal. You might see visions of them also. A lot of them do not have very big chins from what I see.
Cool.
Yes. It's almost as if you bring you, yes, in astral you have field trips to Earth.
With the Yaels.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe you connect to them that often, but that is the reason why you're connecting to them, because you're a foreigner to them, from what I see.
Cool. Yeah, of course. I
Yes.
would do that. Thank you. And my next question, maybe I have a funny pocket there. Or maybe, no, I want a different one. What is our connection with you and me? If you can do an uncryptic one.
Well, yes, you have many connections to the blue Pleiadian energies. As basically, I can say this, that there are primitive worlds that you've connected to in the past. The ones that you connected to, there are used to flying beings appear every once in a while. And you are one of them. Just appear in the sky, you would send them your message, and you just fly away. It mostly would be a telepathic vibration. They did not look at it as the gods. A lot of them are just looking for direction. Of course, your world calls it the gods, but it was not like that with other civilizations. So there are primitives similar to yours without all the pollution, though. So you most likely be able to connect to that vibration. And I was involved with that. I was not the one flying around, but I was involved with that. So we have a slight connection there.
Cool. That's
Yes.
nice. And thank you.
Yes.
And see you later.
Blessings. Yes.
Blessings.
Okay, next up is Brooke.
Yes, greetings.
Hi.
Yes.
Oh, hi. My first question is, sorry, I couldn't find the mute button.
Yes.
I've been having a thing. It's only happened twice. When I'm falling asleep, I hear a very loud electricity sound, and the first time I saw like a big blue lightning flash, and then like a being electrocuted sensation rolls through my body, and it's terrifying. And I was wondering if that is physical or not physical.
I don't believe it's physical, but it feels that way.
It does.
It is like, yes, you're getting a charge. It does feel like it's from more Zeta presence around you. They're trying to figure you out. I think that's what's going on.
More?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It just, you have a visitation, basically. I don't think this is often that happens, but it's more a Zeta presence. Basically, just clear your space, tell them to go home. Okay. Usually that works. Maybe. I'm going to do that again from what I see.
Oh, good, because that's fun.
Yes. Well,
okay,
what they're trying to do is take you out of your body. From what I see, they're trying to help. I don't know why they're doing this, but they're trying to help you with an out-of-body experience. They don't know what they're doing. Just either way.
Okay. Awesome. And then second question is, I've had a lot of weird physical symptoms for a long time, and it basically boiled down to the possibility of it being Lyme disease, and I'm wondering if it is Lyme disease or not.
At this time, I'm not seeing Lyme disease. Its symptoms are similar to it, but I don't believe it's the same thing.
Could it be like Candida, or is it physical at all?
It does seem like it's slightly physical, but I don't think it's, from what I can pick up at this time, I don't think it's that I'm not picking up the right word, toxic for you, basically. If you get it looked at, I believe they can find a cure for it. Let's put it that way. From
Okay.
your local doctor.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Okay, next up is Lucy.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Blessings.
Well, I guess I just would like to know if there's any messages for me from either the Angel Collective or my guides this time.
Yes. Well, they say you're getting better with your connections. You're having more confidence. You're also feeling more comfortable in your third dimension. The reason why you're feeling so, I don't have to tell you this, I think you already know, but you're just being human in third dimension isn't what it's cracked up to be. So, but you're making peace with it, and doing that is helping your abilities to awaken. If that makes sense.
Yeah, my abilities to get out of here.
Yes. Yes, I see.
Right.
Yes. Well, you're used to actually having incarnations where it's like, this isn't working out and you just leave. But this world, as you can see, is not that easy to do that.
No, we're trapped. So, all right. I have a pretty strong, I think I have well, it's not with Louis, the time traveling Pleiadian. I was told I was a purple Pleiadian, not a blue Pleiadian. Another aspect of me.
Mm-hmm.
And just wondering, how does that get along with my dragon aspect? Because apparently, well, oh no, that's Arcturian 8%, dragon 8%. So 5% Pleiadian makeup is just crud. Can you help me just with something? Your choice.
One moment. Well, you are at this time, your different connections are making peace with each other. Purple Pleiadian. There is some blue Pleiadian. That's not very strong energy with you at this time. But you are making, basically, it's relaxation, it's peace with yourself. When you feel like you're getting all agitated, find some relaxing time to just relax and let your energies just calm. The more you feel calm, the more your abilities will open up. The more static and angry you get, you know how that goes. Of course, it can work that way too. But then you might do things you're not too happy with. So it's good to have a more positive vibration. Of course, you can choose which one works best with you. Some do have more negative, and it works best for them. Of course, there's a lot of negative repercussions from that, but that's okay. That's
right. It's very expensive getting angry and having things break or blow up.
Yes.
But why is it that you have to be angry to do that? And I try to do it when I'm positively doing, like, okay, you will shatter or you will light on fire. Why is that so much harder?
Well, with the anger energy, it's just you put a lot more effort into it. It's just, for some, it's just easier to connect to that vibration, especially in a world like this with so much dense energies. So, but the idea is to balance yourself to bring more of a positive. Basically, so you can also connect to your telekinesis ability, which you do have. You actually have that quite strong. A lot of it's been turned off for good reason. But it is very much alive with you, for sure.
I promise I'll come back if you'll let me go flying.
Yes.
I'll come back.
That's between you and your guides. I have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Yes.
I love to you.
Yes. Blessings. Yes.
Okay, next up is Paul B. What activities do I do at night in the astral plane?
You are with the angels. Usually, you are with other beings, but at this time, it's very strong angel energies. I also see Yeshua's energy with you also. I do see you talking to him, trying to, yes, pick his brain. I see you trying to figure him out because he's kind of a puzzle for you. And he also creates realities for you to figure out what he has done there, where his energy is. It's like, what did I do differently with this different reality? Yes, you connect with him quite often from what I see. Let's put it that way. So there's probably I do see dragons around you and also elephant species that you connect with also. But the Yeshua seems to be the most complex connection there. Those things.
Okay, second question for Paul. Did something traumatic happen to me at around the age 16 that was scrubbed from my memory?
Only thing I'm seeing with that is alien abduction through the Zetas. I believe they brought you in friendly, but some reason it did not go as well as they thought it would. So they erased it, but still, that trauma is still with you from what I see. They're not saying exactly what happened, but it did not go as planned, basically. As it was supposed to be a smooth transition and not worked out that way. That's the only thing I'm picking up at this time. It's third dimension. They're not saying. You guys aren't telling me that one. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Miguel, and I have his questions here.
Yes.
Last week, I had a dream where I was speaking with a Nordic Pleiadian. She looked different from the person I spoke with in the previous dream. She was telling me about the energy from the Nordics and the Pleiades. What is her name, and does she have a message for me?
The name I get is Alana, and she is actually from the future, from what I pick up on. So she's showing you, from what I see, well, she might not be remembering this, but where the future Earth is going, where your Earth is going, but where you're assisting also. So most likely, some of that might come through. You might see the future very clearly because you're involved in the ascension process, as many are. And I will leave you with that. Thanks.
Okay, second question for Miguel. Are there any other messages from any angels, guides, or ETs?
Interesting. From your guides, you are clearing out a lot of reptilian code that's been done on your planet to keep it at a low vibration. Very more positive. You say Pleiadian code, replacing it. It can be with DNA. It can be with nature. And these codes, you can also, you'll see them. They're not very clear, but anyone can see them. And sometimes you might see a red code that is usually reptilian. But you're putting positive codes everywhere you go, it seems. And you're teaching others how to do this also. I know this is something strange, probably not, but I imagine you can connect to that vibration. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Marvin, and I have Marvin's questions. When did I get implanted, and why do I fall asleep at any given moment?
I believe as a child, around 5 years old from what I see. Now, there's been other implants after that. I believe the first one was more of a kind one of Yael, but also I'm seeing, not to say the other ones are not. Most of them have been positive. The ones that have not. Some have been sectoid through teenagers. That has been removed. But as for falling asleep, it is, one moment, that is actually an Arcturian energy you're connecting to. It's like an off switch. It's there for your convenience, basically. And enjoy it, because many have difficulty sleeping, as you can see. Blessings.
Okay, next question for Marvin. What type of infusion did the Pleiadian do? Was it my pineal gland? And is there messages from Izana or Roderick, my guides?
Yes, with your pineal gland, they did open it slightly, not too much. Enough where you can feel like you have experiencing an opening, but also you're receiving a lot of visitations from beings, positive ones that are just their energy alone is like receiving an infusion. So you're becoming more, it's almost as if they're lifting you up from the ground and can, you're taking you to their ships from what I see. That's fascinating. I don't think they're doing that physically, but you never know. They might go into that. But definitely it's positive though from what I see. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Pete, and then we have a few more after him.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. I have only 2 questions.
Yes.
My first question is there any messages for me at this time from my higher self or my spirit guides or my galactic families?
Yes, your channeling ability is, from what your guys are saying, it's like 50%, which is good. As you go into it more, it is also bringing you a healing energy. I believe you can feel that vibration. Yes, and basically, it is there to clear out what is not. You actually have some reptilian energies where the channelings actually help heal any type of aggravation you felt in the past or currently. It is healing that energy from what I see. That is the message this time.
Oh, okay. And my next question is that is there any messages from my partner in some regards? If she would like to connect from my galactic family.
Well, she says she's meeting you in the dream state. She's helping remove blockages. She is also saying that you connect to the dinosaur collective in a positive way, of course. And you ride them in astral, she says. You have a grand old time with that. Also, one moment. You're also connecting to Pleiadian light beings of the High Council of the Pleiadians for healing. And to basically you see where the future of the Earth is going. They show you all different possibilities. So the two of you connect in that regard. That's the message at this time.
Alrighty. Thank you so much.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, next up is Micheal.
Greetings, Ishta.
Yes, greetings.
Much love.
Yes.
So on Thanksgiving, my daughter and I did a grandfather journey, plant medicine, and toward the last 3 hours of that journey, Brooke worked on me, healing work, and she ran across scads, thousands and thousands and thousands of tiny little baby black spiders, but then also silver things that at first she thought were spiders, but then once they started becoming much larger in very places, this was 3 hours and she didn't even finish my chakras. Like, it was just too much work, too many of them. And they were, so she found these silver things. So first of all, there's spiders. Secondly, there's silver things that she thinks are spiders with sharp razory points. And they're stabbing me, literally. I could feel them. And they're like trying to hang on while she's pulling them out. Anyway, at some point, she's finding them bigger and bigger and bigger. I want to know where these things come from. And what are they, and why are they in my body or in my spiritual atmosphere, however that works out. I can feel them physically, like causing pain.
Yes, they're from one moment. They are like a parasite energy, basically. They come from black holes. It's basically is why they are there. One moment. Yes, I have to connect to this one.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, pretty much. Yes, I am seeing, which is rare, a negative Arcturian energy around that. energy. It's kind of like they put not a curse, but like a hoax energy around you to make you feel like you're being healed, but actually is draining your vibration. And to heal it is basically connect to that. Ask for other Arcturians to assist or angels and remove that being. It is like a huckster energy of the Arcturian. It is one. It's like a wizard Arcturian. It's kind of a grayish looking Arcturian. Yes, they're very rare, but they do exist. And basically, it's kind of, I want to say it's almost like an assassin energy to a certain degree. It's not there to assassinate you, but to like drain your energy, basically, from what I see. As for why is there
black or the silver, are they both the same?
Silver ones are more lethal than the black ones. The black ones are not exactly harmless, but they're almost like to hide the silver ones in some regard. The black ones are from more reptilians, from what I see.
Okay, so the black thingies. So I can myself. I don't have to have her finish it.
Or you can have assistance from others if you wish. It is going to take some time because it's almost as if they have you in a net, basically, an energy net.
So, like, do I still have scads and thousands and billions?
They're not giving me a number, but yes, it's there to drain you. So when some disappear, other ones appear. But that can be cleared altogether. But yes, it's almost like a possession to some degree.
Okay.
But not to
super deluxe.
Not to take your mental state. Well, it is there to cause your energy drain, so it does affect your mental state in that regard.
They feel like pain to me, but that's fine. Okay, that's good to know. I would like a message from my highest good at this point, from whomever.
Well, yes, Archangel Micheal, Archangel energies are there to bring assistance. It is basically, you can visualize their energies like going through your skin, like with popping those beings coming off, basically. Okay. It's like almost like a knife in some regard, something around those lines. And you can ask for the angels to bring assistance. It's going to take some time, yes, to remove them, but I will feel much better, of course.
What does some time mean?
It could take a couple of days. It's hard to say.
Okay. All right.
It's wherever you're feeling them around. You might feel them around your head.
I can't see them. Brooke is the magic sauce here. She's the one who can find them. They're tricky widgets. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Moving on. Blessings. Thank you.
Okay, just a couple more.
Yes.
And then we're done. So next up is Bianca. And her question, do any of my hybrid kids have messages for me?
Yes, well, they are warning from your situation. You might feel their presence. There is a yell being around you and an Andromedan around you. Basically, you do go in with the kids' games, they say, like you have on your plan. So you're kind of teaching them how to do it because they don't know what any of that is. So that's the message at this time.
Okay, second question for Bianca. Is there any humorous stories or a story you can give me?
One moment. I see what I can do at this energy level. One moment. Only thing I'm seeing is draconians with like pink bow ties, or pink ribbons around them. That's the only thing I can pick up at this time. I'll leave you with that. Like you're a hairdresser or something like that. Blessings.
Okay, next up and last for the night is Stephen.
Hello, Ishta.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings, much love.
Yes.
Quickly, I just was wondering, can you connect with, they were talking about ancient Atlantean times where I held a staff and used it for peace and stuff. Can you connect with that peaceful energy and see if they can integrate with me and bring about these abilities and powers to assist me now on healing and becoming my true self and all my abilities activated? Thank you.
Well, yes, it's going to take time to connect to that vibration, but golden energy, gold and Atlanteans go very well together. And you can visualize that golden energy around you And through your meditations, it should help you activate your abilities. Golden chakras also, of course, not everyone's into gold as for chakras, but it can be red, gold, but the color of your chakras with a slight hint of gold does help your abilities and help activate a great deal of your DNA. Blessings.
Sweet. And do you by any chance know the name, or is there any way to reveal this person or to know more about them?
One moment. One moment. Name, yes, we're not saying. Yes, we're not saying a name, but one of the mountains on your planet, one of the higher ones, you can use that. Look on your map, the one with the highest mountains, you can use that for a name, they say. It's the same type of vibration.
Mount Everest?
Yes, I believe more like Everest would probably be a better name for that. But yes.
All right, sweet. And just any messages from or if you could connect with my universal family with my where I came from, and just any information from their messages connection.
Well, right now you're going through a energy transition at this time. You're actually connecting to a lot of blue Pleiadian energies at this time. You're also getting a lot of visitations from Zetas that are actually assisting your healing abilities at this moment also. So they do say you're transplanting some of your DNA for more alien DNA also to help with healing. It'll take some time for that to fully activate, of course. That's the message at this time.
Thank you. Blessings.
Yes, blessings.
Hi, Ishta. I don't know if Ivan and you have enough energy. I forgot to put myself in the list.
Yes, go ahead, please. Yes.
I've been having a lot of sinus pressure and plugging in my ears. And I'm just wondering what's going on in there. If you could tell me what that's about.
It's mostly the air in your area where you are living is causing a lot. There's a lot of alien activity around there. Some of it's draconian, some of it's insectoid. But it's just a combination of the chemicals in the air right now. It's causing that difficult. And you're allergic to it to a certain degree from what it seems. You can say in slightly it is kind of like an attack, you could say. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay. Okay, and then before our webinar, I pulled a few angel cards from my Archangel Micheal deck.
Yes.
In regards to the path that I'm going on, and maybe moving into childhood education and stuff like that. And they all seem to be pointing in that direction. Yes. So I'm just wondering if my angels have any messages, or if Archangel Micheal has messages on that.
Oh yes, you're just this is your path, and the cards are just confirming your path. And with connecting to children, your energy alone can assist them in activating their own abilities. Of course, many in the third dimension are already understanding of it, but some of them are. So, but your vibration alone is to help them feel safe and secure, basically. And you're protecting them also. So that's another reason why you're there. So that's part of your life plan, from what I see.
Yeah, because there is actually one card where Micheal is like guiding a child, like pulling a child.
Oh yes.
And I found that it was interesting that came up in the card.
Yes,
and he had everything he needed.
Yes, it's one, not just one child, it's several, from what I see.
Okay. Okay, so, wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much, Ishta.
Yes, blessings.
And that's it.
Much love. Yes. Happy connections. Much love. Greetings. All right. I have a blessing. No, it's okay.
Micheal.
Oh, thank you. All right. All right, thank you for that. All right, much love, everyone, and